Rasheed Wallace.
What the fuck? I was like, what the fuck? Where's this nigga going? Yeah.
Yo, I thought that E40 was the first dude to diss a basketball player, man.
He damn near was.
Man.
Damn near was.
Did you produce that?
Oh yeah, that was like my first joint. That was one of my very first joints I produced.
Record haters.
Yeah.
Man, that was my joint. Record haters. That was my joint, man.
Yeah, that shit was crazy because, and Big Lurch is on that song.
Mm-hmm.
He was in my group, but this is when I was first meeting Big Lurch, you know what I'm saying? How that song came about, they were, I guess, doing a session with Mike Mosley. And I was living in Mike Mosley's studio at the time. So I was just sitting there fucking around. And then he walked up in there, you know what I'm saying? And I was going, wow, 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 wow. And then he was like, ugh. And then we just, you know what I'm saying? And it just happened like that. It was one of them organic things.
Man, dog, that's
and
my
I
joint.
was on.
That is my joint, y'all. Welcome to Crooks Corner, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, share the links, all that good stuff. Today's guest, oh man, we got a legendary producer in the building today, you know what I'm saying? His resume is crazy, from Busta Rhymes to E40 to Fab to Jay-Z to Mariah Carey to Federation, you know what I'm saying? The list just goes on and on. Tupac, Shakur, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's just crazy. And it's our pleasure, man, and an honor to have the man himself, Mr. Rick Rock. What up, man?
What's up, my nigga?
Rocket?
I'm Escobar, brother. What's up with you, brother?
Chilling, my brother. Everything good?
Oh, man, everything is Jesus, man. I can't complain.
Can't complain,
Trying to keep it pushing, man.
You said you was living in Mike Mosley's studio?
Yeah. I came out from, at the time I was living in Montgomery, Alabama, and I flew out to do Conscious Daughters. They had a remix for Conscious Daughters, Gamers remix. I did a Screaming Meanies remix. And they flew me out. And from there, I ended up seeing Mike Mosley at one of their rehearsal studios. And then I just connected back with him because I knew him from back in the days. He was like, man, come back with me now. Went back to the studio and I lived there because I just came from Alabama. You know, I didn't have nowhere to go.
Grind.
Right. And then the nigga I was staying with, I came there, his girlfriend was tripping, so I had to slide from there, whatever.
And they always be tripping, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I used to live with
can't
people
see it.
too, man,
Yeah.
when I was on my come up.
Right.
The girlfriend be in the bedroom, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, get that nigga out of here. He eating up all the food.
I get it, you know what I'm saying? But I was really, you know,
On
I
your
really
stuff.
was just chill and out trying to stay out the way. You know what I mean? So
It's part of the grind.
Mike was like, come on down. So I went there and I stayed in the studio. He didn't have no shower, none, just had to wash up in the sink. You know what I'm saying?
Real
in the
grind.
bathroom, you know what I'm saying?
Real grind. That's inspirational, man, for people that's out there right now trying to become producers, you know what I mean? To see somebody of your caliber and to hear, you know, the beginnings, man. Speaking of the beginnings, let's go back, man. When did you fall in love with making music?
Ooh, wee. When I used to, my uncle's a drummer, and I just admired everything he did. My Uncle Randy, he's a pilot, well, he's retired now. But he was really into that, and he would play the, you know, Earth, Wind, and Fires, or the Rare Earth, or the Billy Cobhams, all these drummers he liked, so he would play, and we would play, and he would teach me and stuff. And I had coffee cans back then, Folgers cans. My mom drank coffee, so I had the small Folgers, the medium, and the big one. And you know, you take the tops and the bottom off and put the plastic tops on all of them, and I would play them. And so my uncle just, I guess at some point was like, fuck that, I'm gonna get this nigga. He gave me his drum set. And then that's when I got in, and like, I was like, okay, now I'm putting on records. I got a little record player, I put the records on, and I practice every day when I come home from school, all night, you know what I'm saying? If I tell my mom, like, it's, you know, and just so when he comes the next weekend, I can show him the new thing.
Right.
I learned that, and you know, so
Yeah.
I just, you know, that was it, man. I'm talking 10, 8, 9, 10, something like that. I was like in it. And I got in a little marching band, but I was too small to play, you know, the drums. It was just So I got in a jazz band, and I played in the 7th grade in the jazz band drums. And then, so it was just always there. And then the hip hop came, and I was just, it was over once I heard that.
What was you listening to back then?
Well, the first thing I heard was a Dougie Fresh song, and it was that I really, really loved. Now you had the
Is that a hip? Hip. You don't stop your body to the bang bang.
So I heard all that, but when Dougie Fresh came with the beat, it was like some underground tape. I don't know how it got out. And he was by himself, and I was like, oh, this shit is hard. And he had some shit with Slick Rick that was underground. Years before they came out big.
Yeah.
I said, oh, this shit is hard. And then, it's just like, what a ride. You know what I'm saying? If people could get on when I got on, man, in the 87, late 70s, 80s, 80, and just, bro, watch this shit go. It took some, you know what I'm saying? But it's, the journey. So I say that to say it's a lot. There was a lot of, what's my LA Dream Teams and all that LA type shit that was coming out, the record crew, the
ladies and gentlemen.
All those popping songs and Tour de France, so much shit at that time. And I don't know, I might be just
you was soaking it all up.
Yeah, man, just like it was so beautiful because it wasn't there. Yeah, it was not there, and then it was here. It was invented. It was like. And it's like the audacity of these the have-nots to just do some shit that ain't been done. And then it's like, wow. And then the clothes, everything came in tandem. So it's the clothes, and then it's, it's the whole culture. And, then it turned into like fat laces. We couldn't find fat laces, so we went to the clothing store and got elastics. And we put the elastics in there. And it was like fat laces. And then, the pins, the whole culture, man, it was just a beautiful ride, man. Break dancing, all that shit.
Yo, dog, you really talking about making something out of nothing right now. You talked about Folgers cans, elastics.
Right.
Like the mentality is just make it happen.
Right.
Damn, man.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's real.
That's a real thing right there, man. What do you remember like the first, because you was playing the jazz records, you a drummer.
Right.
That's crazy. And you self-taught and with your uncle.
Right, with my uncle though. Yeah.
That's
he's self-taught.
Yeah, and he passed it on. Each one teach one.
Right.
Yeah, man. You remember any of the joints that you used to play along with, rap joints?
Not any rap joints, because that came a little later. We used to always play a lot of Rare Earth, Average White Band, had a nice little cold drummer. Billy Cobham, he had a song called Pleasant Peasant, he used to play. So I was really in, and it's crazy how life goes, man, because I use that all day, you know what I'm saying? Like the rhythms, and I just see, it's like I see sound or something, you know what I mean? It's a trip.
Synesthesia.
Yeah,
I got a little taste of that too. I could tell if a beat is bright colors or if it's, you know what I mean? Yeah, that's crazy, man. Being a master like you are, what was your first? What made you say, "Yo, I'm doing this for the rest of my life"? Like, was it a certain time and moment where you was like, "Yo, I gotta do this. This is what I need to do"?
I was probably in Montgomery, Alabama, and I think it was around the time, because I always loved hip hop, and I'm gonna say the time when like Wu-Tang came out and Outkast first came out. This is the time I was doing hip hop music in Alabama. I was doing shows. I had a group called the Roughnecks. We were doing shows. We opened up all kinds of places, like just getting my feet wet out there. So I was always trying to do it. But then I had kids, and I had to get a job, and so I'm still trying to do it and all that old shit. But I don't know if I always just chased it childishly. Like I just wanted to be dope.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't ever chase money or anything. I just wanted to be dope. So I think it took its natural progression. Like, like it's always often asked, when did you become professional? Because you're just doing it. And then it's just the next day. You know what I'm saying? So I think once those Conscious Daughters flew me out.
Yeah.
They actually flew me out. I tracked the beat out at Mike Denton's, and I went, you know, where they did 5 on it there like a little while earlier before I got there at that Studios 9. I was in there and I was like, wow, you know, I got a check.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I was like, okay, you know, I'm gonna have, this is for real. So that's what made me stay. That's when I said with Mike Mosley, I ended up going over there because I was like, I'm staying. Left baby mama, all the shit back in Alabama, you know what I'm saying? You know, we worked that out, but I was like, this shit is real.
What year was that?
This is 95?
95.
Yeah, because then it just automatically went. It was like the Conscious Daughters, and then all of a sudden it was like Tupac, you know, E40.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, it's like, you know, and another thing, like when I went over there with Mike, he would have me do like the drums or help him with a beat. Give me like $300-400 or something. I was like, oh, this shit real.
Yeah.
Because I'm selling my beats for $40 in Alabama at the time.
$40.
Yeah, $40. Easy. You slide up and grab you one of them Rick Rock slappers. There's somebody out there in Alabama that got some.
He got a slapper for $2 dubs.
Yeah, 2 dubs, man. 4 tens.
Man.
And so I was like, man, this shit is. And he's solid. Mike Mosley said, hey, man, you ain't gonna make or break me. He had already did Sprinkle Me for 40. He had already did a couple songs with Pac. He did a litany of things at that time. And he was like, you could do the hip hop shit, because that's what I was doing at that time. And he was like, you can help me build my company. And I was like, that's all I need, nigga. That's solid ground.
Yeah.
That's solid ground right there. And I can just, he's got the equipment, so I got the chance to learn. You know, that's the first time I got on keyboards or any of that shit. I was just SB12, 1200. You know what I'm saying? That was it.
1200.
That's why I did Trading War Stories, all that on that shit.
Yeah, man. Come on, Trading War Stories, man. Tell me about that session right there, man.
Trading War Stories was one of the greatest days of my life, because it's a great hip hop story that I seen out of my eyes. Like, this nigga came from Montgomery, Alabama, and you know, it's a crazy story. It's convoluted in a sense, but it's all ties in, you know, in this long, crazy story, but the shit is like, bottom line is when I went in that motherfucker, I walked in Can-Am studio, right? The Sugar's out there with like a pit bull or something, like a red Lolo or something. I was like, damn, this shit is for fucking real. So walk in, it's a big ass picture of like a death row picture, that famous one that's all black, and they just their faces.
Yeah.
Like, wow, so I walking through the back, and I look, and DJ Quick is in there, and he's mixing. You're right. I was like, woo, that shit sounding hard. I was like, God damn, he got the braids. You know, I could just see him in the corner. I'm watching while I'm walking by. I'm like, fuck. The first room. We get in the second room, you know, and that's where Pac was working. He had the SB1200, you know what I'm saying? And he had like some guitar people, and Johnny J was there, rest in peace. You know, and me, 40, Sibo, The Outlaws, Storm, Richie Rich, Mike Mosley, D-Shot, Be Legit, you know, the clique. We're all in there, Sugar T, I believe. We all in there, and he playing us the album. So I'm just there with Mike Mosley, really, you know what I'm saying? He knows Mike Mosley.
Right.
And I'm up under Mike Mosley. And so I was like, I'm just happy to be there. So then the nigga like plays us the album. This shit is banging. So we hear California. We hearing all these songs.
Early in the game, before anybody.
Right. I'm like, God damn. So it's just amazing shit. It's like amazing, my nigga. And then, so then he's like, all right, what we gonna do? Pop turns around. What we gonna do? We gotta do a song. All right. Man, E40, all of us is in there. Damn, man, I'm just there though. You know what I'm saying? So they look at let's get somebody to make a beat with Johnny J. Johnny J wasn't there. So it was me and Mike Mosley.
Right.
So Mike Mosley make a beat or whatever. Mike, man, I don't really get down or whatever we do. But they had an SB12.
Yeah.
It's 100. So then I was like, I had this bag with me, I carried with me from Alabama. It was my mom's old Cools bag, like cigarette bag or whatever, right? And I had all these discs in there.
Right.
And he was like, what we gonna, they all talking, so I just slid it into the SB1200 and loaded it up. And then I just like pressed play and it came on the speakers and Pop was like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, what's that? I was like, man, that's you. That's you. It's just the beat. It's you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, all right, let's go. We writing this. And then, you know, he just pinned that shit, and I go, all right, I'm done. Nigga went in there. That nigga, it's like he wrote what he was thinking, man. Like, I was, you know, just fly, like, there's no, it almost was like no sitting me think or nothing.
Yeah.
To my recollection, that was
Straight
years
from the
ago
heart.
though. Yeah, it just seemed like, it was just like, he was just writing like that, and then just went in, and you know, they didn't track the beat, they just put like a 2-track up in there, and he went in there and knocked it down. And then, you know, I was juiced as a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? But I don't show it, you know what I'm saying? So I go out, and I'll say, hey, Mike, let me use your phone real quick, you know what I'm saying? I get his phone. I slide, go outside, then I call the homies back home. Nigga, I'm in here first. I'll tell them who I'm in here with. Nigga, I'm seeing this nigga, these niggas, man, this shit is going, nigga. And this nigga picked the song. So, you know, it was just like, I mean, just dreams being realized, coming to fruition, that whole, when you love it, it's different. Like, it's different than chasing the bag, you know what I mean? It's different in that. It's dreams, like stepping into a dream. Like, cause back then it wasn't internet or like that, it was like TV, nigga. You had to sit and watch TV, it was like bigger, so whatever you did, you had to get on TV. Like, it was a long haul. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was just juiced, man. It was just a great time for me, you know, personally.
We trade war stories, outlaws, man, listen.
Yeah.
And that's a classic joint on a classic album.
Yeah.
And for it to unfold like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people, man, they wish they could have worked with Pac. And, I mean, all the people that you worked with, man, like, when I heard the Change the Game, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe, I'm like, nah, Jay finna rock on some C-Walk lowrider music, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Boom, 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 boom. It's like, wait a minute.
They had a cold change in there. They like, take that shit off.
Oh, they took it out?
Yeah.
You still got it?
I don't know, I probably do.
That's a whole nother beat right there. Classic too.
Cause it was Conscious Daughters and Corrupt on that beat at first.
Oh, really?
They had that beat first. Well, they were trying to get it done. I was trying to do a remix for them with Corrupt. And but it didn't get done or whatever. So when I was in New York, what happened was I came there for a whole nother beat to fuck with Jay-Z with. When I got there, he didn't want the beat, whatever. So I went to panic mode and started playing beats or whatever. He didn't like none of the beats. So then I had to just get down on the spot. But then, you know what, I digress. That's a different story because that's when I did Get Your Mind Right on the spot. But I came back with Change the Game. Because I came back to New York with Change the Game. So I digress about that. But yeah, but they had that beat first though, for sure. And then when I heard Jay-Z on the shit, because I wasn't there when he recorded Change the Game. I was there for Parking Lot Pimpin', Squeeze First, and Get Your Mind Right. Those are the ones I was there.
Yo, dog. See, first of all, that's one of my favorite Jay-Z albums, man. You know what I'm saying? Squeeze First is just lyrical madness. And that beat is just, you know what I mean? Squeeze First, ask, man, bro, like, what was it like just being a part of that Rockefeller era? Because they was doing their thing, and to me, that was a defining album, you know what I'm saying, for the crew. You know what I mean? So, how did it feel, man, to be like, yo, I got 3 or 4 joints on?
Oh, it felt, you know, it was crazy because, like I said, I came to do one, then he didn't want that one, and then it just built into 4. But like when we did Parking Lot Pimpin', that probably was my favorite because, in a defining moment, because when we did the record, well, first thing I was like, hey, can you change that, what you call it real quick? You know what I'm saying? I hit the button on him one time, and, you know, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Who does this?
So you asked Jay-Z to change something. You probably the only man walking.
Man, I did that.
You was like, and he got down with it. So because you a producer, you're like, not no beat maker.
I like what you're doing, kid. Okay, I'll change that, whatever. But he was like, he called baby girl down, And then when she got down on it, my bad, I can't believe it. When she got down singing on it, he called Big John, who I had just signed with at EMI, and he was like, "I'm finna make your boy a star," right? And whoopie whoop, because he was shooting the first video, was gonna be Parking Lot Pimpin',
Right.
and so he was shooting Parking Lot Pimpin'. He came out here already to shoot it, but before that, he calls Big John. We're in New York at Baseline Studios, and he's like, "I'm finna make your boy a star." Then he started talking about the video for Parking Lot Pimpin'. He started talking about how it's gonna be and how he wants to show. He's talking about how he put clothes in his like, I guess the beds come out the wall out there.
Yeah.
And he put it like on the bed and he puts it back in the wall to like iron it. And he wants to show that. And I'm like, wow, this shit is really happening.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then, so he comes to LA to shoot the video. And so they bring the girls, the cars, all this shit for Parking Lot Pimpin'.
Right.
But they switched the single to oh, come on, hustler, baby.
Yeah.
I want you to know. So all them cars and all the girls went to that video.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they were already here, already done. They were shooting it, like, and they just switched it
at the end.
But I say like that's how that experience was for me. Like it was like that was the turning point because I was doing a lot of West Coast shit. And when I got there, it just switched everything. You know what I mean? I didn't become a star or nothing, but I did started getting placements. I did Beanies shit. I did like the remixes over there with DJ Clue, with Cream. I got to work with Ghostface and Raekwon on the Cream 2000 and shit. And you know, and like it unleashed all this New York shit and it became this crazy sound we were doing at that time. Like West Coasty, but not all the way mobbed out West Coast, but in that New York shit, you know, for a time it was just like, oh, this is cool. Like, I don't have to change what I do. I could just do me. I have my own sound. I don't have to bite Dr. Dre, which I spent enough time trying to do in my youth. And I got my own sound, and you know what I'm saying, and it's working, you know. And so I think that did do that. I mean, Busta Rhymes, and it's like.
Yeah, let's talk about your resume for a minute. It's crazy. A lot of people, man, they don't have a resume like you. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you said Beanie, man. Beanie is a monster.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right. And the hip hop hit me like, I want you to hear something. And he played that boom, boom. I don't do much.
Yeah.
And I was listening, like, what are you gonna do on this shit?
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God, it was just like,
I don't do much.
Yeah, that was my slap for a minute. It's simple. A lot of my shit was real simple then. I look back on it and I do cringe a little on that part, but
man,
the simplicity of it. But
slapping, I don't do much was one of my, and I'm so happy that they had the vision to want to get down on that sound that you had. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to hip hop. He was the A&R over there.
Oh, that's what happened.
And he was on it.
Shouts out to hip hop, man. That was a great call right there. We thoroughly enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, your favorite rappers start to jump on some of your favorite producers' beats. You know what I'm saying? And it just, that's hip hop heaven to us. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
The Busta joint, man. You did a couple for Busta, right?
Right. I did Make It Clap. Make It Clap.
Stop right there, man. Make It Clap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make It Clap.
Right.
How did that come about?
How did that come about? I think what happened was the original record was I Know What You Baby If You Give It To Me. That got me in the door, right? So I was doing that.
That monster hit got him in the door, but go ahead.
Yeah, before they was recording.
Okay.
Because, you know, so he wanted the record, but Jermaine had it for Jagged Edge, and they were playing, so I finally was like, man, they playing It's You. So it's like, oh, you know what you fucking did? You know what you fucking did? And so I'm getting juiced. And then it's like, so he flew me out, and we doing that record. And when we were doing that, I think I just happened to play the record for him, like, hey, trip on this or whatever, like that. And then he was like, Yeah, and then, you know, it was just on right there. I wasn't there when they recorded that one though. So I don't know where they recorded that at, Make a Clap at, but that's how that kind of, I got in the door with that.
Damn.
What Make a Clap.
Baby, won't you give it to me?
Yeah.
To you.
Yeah.
Boom, doo doo doo. That beat is classic.
Right on, man, nigga. Right on.
Super classic, man. I remember when I first heard that Fabulous single that you did.
Right.
I can't deny it. I'm a straight rider. You wanna fuck with me? Rest in peace, Nate. I was like,
Nate,
damn, Nate, Fabulous, Brick Rock.
Right.
How did that go down?
Oh, man.
I'm getting all in your resume, man. I gotta do it, bro.
Man, I love it, man. You know what I'm saying? It's hip hop. I'm loving that you're doing it, and I'm loving that I get to do it with you, my nigga.
My
so,
G.
Off the rip. So, yeah, that shit was how did that shit? I wanted Busta Rhymes to have the beat. I made it for Busta Rhymes.
Right.
And then Duro and Clue they were out here for Soul Train Awards, I believe, and they were working in Burbank. So I slid down there and I played some beats, and they picked the beat, and that's just I did Cream 2000. I did that beat there with like right on the spot, fucked with them on that one, and then I gave them a CD of beats, and that was on there. So Duro called me and was like, yo, I got, is this beat going, whatever. So, no, it's good, you got it. He played me the beat, but he played me the song, but it didn't have Nate Dogg on it. So I'm listening to it, and it was Fab, and I never heard Fab before, and he was kind of laid back, and I was like, I was hearing Busta Rhymes, you know, and I was like, he was laid back, but he was gassy though, you know what I'm saying? He was spitting shit, and I was like, okay, it's cool, it's cool, I wasn't mad. It was cool, I was like, okay. But I heard it over the phone.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I got to, you know, get the track and get it mixed with the vocals and all the shit and hear it and was like, okay, this is something, it was something different, it was unique, and I could hear it then. So it was a little anticlimactic, you know what I'm saying? Anticlimactic for me, you know what I'm saying? I mean, actually it was more climatic, or what was that, climactic, whatever the word is. But then in the beginning, because in the beginning I wasn't all the way sure.
Right.
Then that shit started when I heard the finished thing, and I was like, oh, and Duro, the mix was nice. Translated nice over the radio. I was like, okay. Then I started hearing it on the radio, you know, and then Suge was like,
on the Nate?
Breaks, nigga, breaks.
On the Nate?
The whole singing, nigga. And the cool thing about it is,
because he flipped
I
that
didn't even
pop.
know that, nigga, until like a few weeks, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, my nigga. I had a little thing with Big John. Big John was telling me, you remember how he should did? I was like, you mean I ain't been getting paid? Like I was off of this song. I ain't even really been tripping.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was all in the mix. Everything was, man. And so I just realized that, and then I remembered, you know what, that's right. I think it was an issue with that. It was an issue with that.
Issues in rap music.
I think he pressed him. I mean, I don't forget exactly how it happened, but you know, legally, it went like that. So that song is like that with me.
Yeah, so you got all these memories attached to these classic joints and shit. Man, and that's what we trying to hear. Like, we want to know the backside of everything, you know what I'm saying? So, the Federation, man.
My guys.
Let's talk about the Federation.
What's up with them?
Hey, man, you hit the scene with the Federation. And, well, I'm going to back up. Let me back up, man. Let's go into the Hyphy movement.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't even know if that's backing up really, but
yeah.
The Hyphy movement, man, how did that go down? Like, I know you one of the pioneers of that sound.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it swept the nation for a minute. I was in New York, they was playing Hyphy music. I was in Atlanta, they was playing Hyphy music.
Yeah.
You know, how did it feel to be one of the architects building that up?
It was dope. It was dope to me because more so, and it was in a couple senses it was dope because I got to help my niggas, which is always what I always wanted to do. And I got to produce a whole album, which is always what I wanted to do. And so I got to take them out of circumstances, they got checks and stuff. So that whole time was cool. And the whole Bay Area just was it was just moving on because we're so original. We ain't like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying? And we don't get impacted by a lot. It's just a beautiful place. It's like an anomaly of mixtures of cultures, and how do we less politics with that, you know? And I just wanted to bottle that up, encapsulate that, like the energies there, in particular the Hyphy energy, like the more, you know, the dance culture and the you know, it's a very Black Pantherist town and pimp Black Pantherist culture. So when I'm young, you know, I'm pimping, but I ain't actually pimping. I just say that, or I might say, "What's up with the pimping?" And you know, it's all these, you know, and all that culture I wanted to grab, and that energy it had, and particularly like nigga. I'm trying to say they're like very individualized. So it's some shit you might not see in your city, like a nigga jumping on your hood of your car or something like that. Yeah. It's like organic to where we at. And I want to encapsulate all that shit and do it with some up-tempo, do it how I was doing it. Cause the Bay was more mob and yo, you know, and 40 B nigga, or something, you know what I'm saying? Or you know, any of that shit back then, them niggas was, you know, real, they was on their shit. So I wanted to put paint where it ain't, do what they can't and ain't, you know what I mean? And so I was like, with the Federation, we just pushed it like on some up tempo, and let's just encapsulate it, man. Let's just, you know, let's just be about it. And, you know, and everybody got to join up from their particular sections, EPA, Oakland, the V, you know, Sacramento, you know, in the flats. It's just like city, you know, it's just, even Richmond, man, everybody just, it was going. Yeah. Everybody was proud, heads up high. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shows packed.
Now
you know
that's beautiful.
And niggas doing shows, you know what I'm saying? It was just a great time. And for us in particular, it was a great time. I seen my niggas having fun. And I was having fun, and you know, to me it was just a great time. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, certain things in the times, like people passing away, was, you know, was bad. Yeah. But
the Bay is just different. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. A lot of us in SoCal got a lot of inspiration from the Bay. You know what I mean? That don't get talked about. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I like to be somewhat of a historian of hip hop. So you gotta speak facts. Right. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about ego, pride, none of that. It's speaking facts. And if I'm speaking facts, you know, some things got popularized in other places, but they started in the Bay.
Off top.
You feel me? Like for Shizzle, my nizzle.
Okay.
That's the Bay.
Right.
You feel me? Yeah. My nigga Keek. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just a bunch of little slang.
You know what I'm saying? Like the slang, a lot of slang came out of the Bay through E40. You know what I mean? And different guys like that. Man, Mac Dre. Yeah. Rest in peace, Mac Dre, man.
Mac Dre. I'm saying, like, a couple people passing in them times was forever changed the trajectory of the Hyphy movement. And you know what I'm saying, and that was one of them, you know what I mean? So, you know, and a lot of bad business or whatever, I think, stopped the Hyphy movement. You keep these, you know, and you gotta keep it going, man. You gotta keep good records, make records equal and hit quality, man. And you know, it was a lot of biting and shit, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm from that era where, you know, that was like anti-Christ, nigga. Like,
yeah, you can't bite.
3-6s, nigga.
Yeah, you can't bite.
Yeah, no mafia, just 3-6s, nigga. It's like, now it's, you know what I mean? But I digress.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of dudes sounding the same. We keep it all the way 100. Man, back in my day, man, you know what I'm saying? Going inside clubs and checking out the club scene, it was always one record that would come on, and if everybody was chilling, relaxed, getting a drink at the bar, and they thought they wasn't gonna be on the floor, this record would attract them and pull them straight to the floor. and it started off with we beat to rap, what key beat to lock, we beat to rap, what key beat to lock, we beat, yay area. Like that.
40 Water is back. Yeah.
Hey man, how is it working with E40, man?
Oh man, that's it's good, man. This COVID shit is bullshit. We ain't been in a minute face to face like that. But you know, we might be 70, 80 songs deep, man. And so it's like, it's good, 80? Man. Yeah, easy.
That's a lot of material.
Yeah, man. So then he was it was like the birthing of me a little bit in a sense, like as far as professionalism and not the birth. I'll say Mike Mosley, but like as a producer, like sessions. I mean, we late night session and like no excuses, nigga. You know, like that whole part of the game. Let's get it. And we did that last time. You know, that whole shit. Like learning how, you know, and then, you know, negotiations with him, you know, and handling our business and all that just was a lot to help me, you know what I'm saying, as a man and, you know, as a businessman and as an artist as well, as a producer, you know, because I'm doing sessions with him. I mean, I'm learning things. You know, I'm getting game, and now I'm in other sessions with more confidence, and you know, because usually when I do beats, I'm usually 99% of the time lightweight spooked. You know what I'm saying? Like anxiety. Because I usually do beats and right in your tall can face, like right in front of you, right? So. And you're usually paying me, you know what I'm saying? So it's a nigga, you know, show up. And I don't have no idea what the fuck I'm gonna do. You know, it's just a blank wall. It's just all white. You know what I'm saying? I walk in front of the keyboard. So it's like, is the creator gonna show up for me now? Am I doing it on my own? I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen in 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes in the future. I have no idea. Let's turn this shit on. Let's get to getting down. And then, so I have this anxiety, and then I don't stop. If I don't hear you in the background, nigga, I move on to the next beat. Nigga, like a typewriter. I don't hear nothing. And I hear something. Okay, we own the case. Oh, that's it. Okay, we like, okay. Oh, nigga, they writing. Niggas is on the ground, on the floor, 40 on the ground writing or some shit. Yeah. Okay, now I can have a drink. Let me grab a drink. Okay, cool. It's cool. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know, if I'm coming there and you got a beat I already did, it's always good. You know, okay, I'm just tracking it out or whatever. I'm here for the session with the vocals or whatever, but you already got the beat. But I'm usually getting down on the spot. So it's just this, you know, I'm really a studio rat. I don't, you know, so in the studio, that's where so yeah, that's how those be, man. The anxiety be in there. And once it's over, it's such a fulfillment, man. It's like, and then when it gets put out, and then somebody drives next to you playing it, hella feeling it or something, like, and they don't know nothing about you. They don't know it's you.
Or nothing.
Nothing.
Cause you kind of low key like that.
Low key, man.
You super low key, man.
I be chilling, man.
For a producer of your status, you super low key.
But that's double-edged sword in a good way. Like I can come out now and I'm not burnt out, as people might not know nothing about me. And I could tell my story, and I'm still, you know, I'm still here and I'm still wiggling, man. So you know, it's good. I think it's a cool thing. When I think of it in on longevity terms, so maybe I got action 10 years, 20 years from now, something else.
Ain't no maybes.
Nigga be burnt out.
How did you feel the first time you ever heard one of your songs on the radio?
Juiced.
Juiced.
Juiced. Damn, what was the first song? I can't. I was juiced. I heard a couple. I heard. RBL Posse, and it's a song I did for RBL Posse with Mystical on it. I can't. How We Coming. Okay, I heard How We Coming on the radio, and I was juiced. It wasn't big or nothing. It was just being played like in Sacramento radio, different stations, whatever, and I was juiced. But when I Can't Deny It, so I hit the radio and started like being on, and then I started like being on radio all the time. I was just like, That shit was crazy as fuck. So it just feels like you know, hitting your dream marks or whatever. It just feels like you bringing a dream to reality. Feel cool. And you feel like it's time to move on to the next thing. You know what I
keep
mean?
moving. But to come from them Folger tops, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
To go onto the radio, man, that's
how you know it ain't don't be you, man. It be like you be a vessel, man. It be like it's something greater, man. That's consistent with me saying I be spooked when I sit down because I don't know what's gonna come out. You know what I mean? And then it's just
make the magic happen.
Right. It's like
what about on your IG though? Because you be dropping some on your IG though. Like you can just go to your IG and put the you know the Bluetooth over in the car and be just scrolling through your IG just like. And I be seeing all the flame emojis. Every rapper want that motherfucker. And be like, yo, nigga, I sound nice on this shit.
That's dope because it's like, you would never do that in our era. Like, you wouldn't put music out or anything or let them hear anything or nothing. So it was really but I think I was going through some shit, a valley, you know what I'm saying? I'm up some peaks or valleys or whatever. And I was like, man, I just started putting shit on there saying, can a nigga even really wiggle like that? I don't know. Let me see if niggas, you know, start putting shit up. And it kind of started like that. They started building me up kind of like in a sense. And I started like, hold on, nigga. Start like bending the room a little bit. Yeah. Like, okay, nigga, hold on. And it start, you know, so it's like, it's always the people, man. And you know, being worthy of celebration of them. You know what I'm saying? So if they're like, nigga, you the shit, that gasses me up. Like, man, that's hard. Oh, that's dope. Oh, man, that was really creative shit is what I like. Like, that's what goes with the Folgers can and the different things. I think I'm just creative. I like to be creative on the music and shit. So that's what my Instagram is about. If you go on there, there's some slaps on there.
Oh, what?
Some lightweight slappers.
Man, I'll be always on there. I'll be like, damn. Yeah. And it's different types. It's a variety. Up tempos. You know, the mob shit. Yeah, that shit.
I'm trying to get cold into some on my hip hop bag without sampling them, but more on some, you know, more on that page right now. I don't know. I'm all over the fucking place, man. Whatever comes out, comes out.
Hey man, how long you been rapping?
Shit. Just young. I used to rap a lot, but then I got in the beats and then rap wasn't easy for me. I asked you that, you got down on my album a while ago, and I asked you, I said, words just come over your head, like hella words, and you just grab them? I was asking you how you thought. It was like a avalanche of words, and just like, God, so many words, let me just grab some of these and put some of these in this. And with me, it was like one word. You know, like, it's like waiting, like, and then, okay, a word. And I was like, so it's such a difference, so I knew it was probably my gift, you know what I'm saying? But the rhythms and patterns and cadences and timings and, you know, I could get that, you know, and I got some shit to say, so I do be rapping.
Yeah, man,
but I always was, but I took it seriously maybe 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, because when producers rap, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all hear, it's like when a football player say, you know, a running back say, I see the whole field.
Right.
And they hand me the ball. You know, I see the whole field. Right. I see, okay, there's a hole over there. I could run behind this dude. I could go up the sideline. It's like that to me, when I'm listening to a producer rap, I'm like, he see the whole beat. He see all the music, all the pockets you could get into, everything. You know what I mean? And you could tell when you listen to it, man. Like, I enjoy listening to producers rapping like you and, you know, all the producers that rap quick. You know what I'm saying? It's really dope, man. We was talking about E40 earlier, and I wanted to come back to 40 because, to me, I don't feel like 40 get his flowers that he's supposed to get. You know what I'm saying? In the game, when we look at hip hop on a whole. Right. You know, and I had this conversation with 40 before, where it's like, yo, you've been relevant since the 80s. And when I say relevant, a lot of rappers who've been relevant since the 80s, they have moved on to film, TV, movies, things of that nature. No, 40's music has been relevant since the 80s, man. Do you think that man get enough respect?
I think his journey is going to be a lengthier one. And it might have something to do with the market that we come out of. I sense our journey is similar, but on different scales. Like it's a longer one. I think he got his props, gets his props. In Cali and where we're from, but there's a lot of places, you know, he knows this, he rapped about that a lot, like niggas, you niggas listening too slow and shit like that. You know, he always had that thing. No, I don't think he's right now probably is up as high as in hip hop regard. You know what I mean? In that aspect, in hip hop regard, with the chambers of the pillars of hip hop, like I don't think he's recognized enough already for what he's done. Like they look over him. I don't know if it's his style. I don't know if it's whatever the fuck. But I think it's gonna come.
Yeah,
that's my thing. I think it's a longer thing, and you know, and I don't know if he gives a fuck about it now.
Right. You know,
he's a hip hop head, and he did before for sure. Because it's like, nigga, how dare you? Nigga, I'm spitting over here. Nigga, man, you listen to what I'm talking about? Not only that, but I'm teaching you how to sell shit independently. I'm not nigga, I'm doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? So there was a lot of game involved with him with that. So he taught a lot of motherfuckers, man, how to, you know, get it independently. And I think he need more. But I think it's coming.
Yeah,
I think they dropped the ball in the past though on giving him his. You know, when it you know, they should have been already up there. Like,
because I feel like they should mention in a major way, same time when they mention Illmatic, Get Rich or Die Trying, or Doggy Style. I think in a major way need to be in that same breath. That's a classic,
yes,
hands down, all the way through, man. So I got to give flowers to, you know, Fonzarelli, man. Speaking of rappers that we love and all that, man, you got a top 5?
Oh, top 5. Damn, why I didn't think you would ask me some shit like that. I should have thought about that. I'd have to say Pac, E40. This is not particular order. I like Jay-Z. Man, that's just so many, brother.
It is. It's a hard question. It's so many. We love it.
God.
That's the other thing.
That is mildew. I mean, I love those dudes, what they've done and their styles and their flows. Nas as well. Just like Tech Nines and you know, all these niggas that got gas, man.
Hey, you just named some killers.
I'm gonna well, there you go. I'm gonna leave it like that. I don't know my top 5.
What about producers?
Oh, I like Morris. I think it's Morris Blackman. He did most of the shit for Earth, Wind, and Fire. Okay. Them niggas was hard. Their music was just so chakra moving or they just fuck you up, man. The music is so good. So then I said hip hop, I'd be Dre is my top of all time. Dr. Dre. Timberland. He's creative as fuck and had brought his own unique style and all that shit. Fucks with Just Blaze. Fucks with Bink.
Rick Rock.
Rick, I got some slaps too. Damn, I like DJ Daryl out there in the Bay. He ain't had that, you know what I'm saying? I like to tell, I mean, there's a lot of studio tone and there's a lot of, Battle Cat. What the fuck on? Let me slide back a minute, man. Battle Cat is like the Dalai Lama, man. He like
for real.
The energy, the spirit, the whole shit is just like, it's beautiful, man. Battle Cat, he's original, you know, he gets down on the spot, fuck
on the spot.
Battle Cat is one of once Little John gets down on the spot. I seen him get down on the spot just like I get down. Just get down.
Yeah.
Just get down, nigga. Yeah. Nobody, no height, nothing. Nigga, just getting down. And so I respect those. Anybody that's creative, doing something original and shit, you know, I fucks with that, man.
What you working on right now, man? I seen Battle out there doing his thing.
Yeah, we working on another Battle Oak album, man. He out there wiggling and shit. But Battle Oak,
Yeah, Battle Low.
Curse of the Crip video out now.
Curse of the Crip. That shit is hard too. He got the riders in there, the low riders and all that.
The
Yeah.
bombs in there and shit. So we got a video in the can. We got 2 more we shooting. And he just dropped a No Smut on My Name. Well, Snoop just dropped a video with him in there.
Yeah, I saw y'all in the studio with Snoop on IG. That was dope right there.
Yeah, so that was putting it together. And the album's called Blue Castle and it's out now. I want to put that out there.
Blue Castle. Make sure y'all check that Blue Castle out. You know what I'm saying?
Too. He classic.
Yeah, that shit sounds
From
really,
San Diego.
SD 619. Salute, man.
But I'm working on that. I'm working on some Busta shit. I'm working on my album, which is, I sent you a song, but I'm sorry that ain't even on the album now. I'm glad you didn't get down on it because I was like, what the fuck was I thinking sending this nigga, this wordsmith, this shit? So anyway, but I'm working on my shit, man. I'm damn near done. I'm need my vocals from Busta and my vocals from 40, and I'm gonna wrap him up. And then I'm hoping to drop that like January, February.
Right.
You know, and I'm just in the lab. I'm working on like movie, TV shit. I'm trying to get into where that's where it's starting. I'm starting to get into organically.
Yeah.
Like, TV shows and just syncs and shit like that. I'm doing beats, hooks and shit and send them, and they like, hey, and it's money. Yeah. It's a whole different, thing. So I'm in that zone right there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm still fucking with the hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man.
That's what it is. Maybe I get down on the Crooks Brothers, man. What's the project gonna be called?
Hey, family business. You know what I'm saying?
That's what it is, man.
My little bros, man, they love that, bro. That give them energy when they get to, mess with the brilliant minds. You know, that give them the energy because
niggas is hard.
Man, good looking, bro. I hear that? Shoot gang. But hey, man, I like to just thank you, man, for coming through, sharing your stories. You know what I'm saying?
Me, bro.
You are a legend in this game of hip hop production. You're an innovator, and we just want to give you your flowers right here, right now, and forever. Rick Rock, y'all. Crooks Corner.
Man, right on, man. Right on for having me, my nigga. Yeah. Crooks Corner, man. Look for your nigga, Ricky Rock.
Yeah. Peace.